your hand, and you had to just kind of follow it. And so it does require a lot of weird coordination. And the thing that sucks about dubbing, though, is that you don't always get to say lines the way you wish you could. Sometimes there'll just be a perfect opportunity to say something really dark and evil in the best way you could possibly could. Like the line would be like, let's see, it's the beginning and the end, Cell. So, but in the Japanese, of course, it'll go, it's the beginning and the end, Cell. Like, so that's why some of the lines are a little bit awkward, particularly in the beginning, especially when we figured out that there was this way to smush the lines a little bit. So there were, I know back in the early Dragon Ball days, when we figured out how to make we were able to use the computer to time compress the lines a little bit. Somebody got a little bit carried away with them. That's why there are some lines like, you will never be defeated. Yeah, it's called time compression. Look it up. We're better at it now, and the actors are better, so we don't have to use it as much. Yes, you have another question.
At the end of one of the movies, Piccolo and Vegeta are like sitting on like an iceberg or something, and you say, not until the fish jumps.
Yes.
What was the reasoning behind that?
Well, you saw it, right? What happened right after the fish jumped? It was over. I'm sorry. To be honest, I can't remember if that was in the script or we kind of made that up. But it was just kind of too funny. And do you guys remember the scene in Dragon Ball where there was where we did that real bad dub within Dragon Ball during the Cell games, and they showed that movie. They're like, ha ha ha, you will be defeated, ha ha. Do you remember that? And it starts off with like waves and rocks. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, that was really fun for me to do, because every time I would see the Toei logo or the YTV logo with the waves and the rocks hitting the rock, I always used to do that every time I would see it. So I finally got to say waves and rocks over that moment. But yeah, during that scene, I think we mixed everybody up. I think Mike McFarland, who's normally the voice of Master Roshi, was playing. He was playing Vegeta, and I got to play somebody else, and then Cell got to play. The guy who played Cell got to play Hercule during that time. You are stupid and useless. You guys remember that? Yes, more questions so I can stop rambling.
Alright, so out of all the Master Gadget videos, over 9,000, also there, all those ones, which one would be your favorite?
Of the lines?
Just the videos entirely.
Oh, wow. Of just the videos. Are you talking about the abridged series? I'm sorry, I'm misunderstanding.
Okay,
I'm American. I'm
there's the over 9,000 one, there's Hope My Body Can Take It, also in there, all those ones.
Over 9,000 is definitely my favorite of the spoof videos. Although seriously, I hadn't seen DBZ abridged on YouTube until last weekend. And do you guys know what I'm talking about? Have you ever?
Yes.
Freaking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Gotta check my MySpace. At least you got Utah.
Okay, doing the voice of Vegeta, right? Does your voice do you get itchy in the voice or anything like that? Or how are you also able to maintain like the voice for a certain amount of times without changing pitch at all?
I was pretty lucky. I had before I was a voice actor, for a little while, I got a scholarship to the university as an opera major. I was supposed to be an opera singer, and I'm glad I never did that. I did about a year or two of opera school, and even though I was kind of good at it, I absolutely hated the lifestyle. And because opera singers are really pretentious about their voices. Like the day before a show, they won't talk to anybody, and you're not supposed to scream really loudly. Basically, the opposite of voicing Vegeta is what an opera singer's life would be like. But because I had all that vocal training, it really did help me use my voice properly. So I was able to scream for longer periods of time without completely losing my voice. There were a couple times where it got really close, like especially in some of the longer power-up sequences, where I could feel blood in the back of my throat. But I think during that course of the Dragon Ball series, there was some sort of like scar tissue or something that just formed on my voice that actually kind of made it fairly strong. It was like training, if you will. But God, nothing sucked more than like screaming and screaming and screaming like, ah! Oh crap. Ah! Oh my God, please stop. Ah! What were those animators thinking, really? Like, who could really do that? And of course, you can make fun of us all we want to for our like hemorrhoid sounds, and I do think that sometimes it got a little bit out of control with people every time they move their head like but the original Japanese version, they just like say, "Oh, screw it, no thank you." Let's just like their version would be like, "Ha." And it would just hold open for a long time. They didn't even bother trying to put any sound in there. It's like, what, are you crazy? But we were crazy. Yes, I can't find the question man maker. Yes.
Hi, you did a small role on Aura School Host Club. Can you do Casanova for us?
Oh, Casanova. He's kind of like my own voice on. They let me do kind of my own voice on that one. Do you guys know Aura? Yeah. That was a fun show. Caitlin Glass directed that. She's a really nice girl and a huge fan of anime. So it was kind of, I haven't actually worked with anyone I haven't worked with a director who was a huge fan of anime before they got to be an anime director. So it was like watching the result of the comedy happen as we were doing it. Because some of the directors, they don't really get it. Like, it's in the Japanese, but we don't all laugh at it. But with Caitlin, because she was such a huge fan of the material, she laughed at everything. I was like, wow, okay, this stuff really does work. But Casanova was just like my own voice, I think, wasn't he? Do you remember a line from... Oh, I have no idea. I can't remember what the outtakes were. Oh gosh, they printed that. Okay, nice. That was awesome. I'm sorry, we're having our own little conversation. You guys can come back in about a half hour. It'll be cool. Yes, microphone mover guy.
I was wondering, from all like the other voice actor people that you work with, who would you say would be like some of your like best friends from those guys?
Oh wow, who would I like best? I've worked with everybody since I've done this for so long, and it's hard to pick a favorite because I've worked with, I've known like Eric Vale he's the voice of Trunks. He lives like a few streets down from me. I'm really good friends with like Damian Clark, who played Cell, but he's in California now. I love Travis Willingham. He's on he plays Mustang in Full Metal. Laura Bailey is a good friend. A lot of these people are great friends of mine. The recent people, the people I've come to know recently that I absolutely love working with are Jason Liebrecht. He's in Tsubasa. He's the lead kid in Tsubasa. What's his name?
Sharon.
I'm sorry?
Sharon.
Yeah, Sharon. And Monica Rial is a close friend. Actually, Monica Rial is really great friends with my wife, too. So they go to yoga and stuff together and hip-hop classes. Embarrassing. They've asked me to go to those before. I'm like, you've got to be kidding. I am not going to dance. Ever. All right. Yes.
If you had all 7 Dragon Balls, what wish would you make?
If I had all 7 Dragon Balls, what wish would I make? Let me think on that one. What wish would I make with all 7 Dragon Balls? Would it have to be within the Dragon Ball universe? I would wish Mr. Popo infinite power. I wish Mr. Popo would take control over all of the DBZ universe. I wish Mr. Popo would defeat all of the Z Warriors, first killing Goku, leaving Vegeta actually to work for him. Like, Vegeta, wash my car!